Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be comparing the new Toyota RAV4 to the new Honda CR-V. Now before we get into this comparison, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Honda here in Murray and to the Larry H. Miller Toyota here in Murray for providing me with both of the vehicles. I'll include a link to both of their inventories in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money, the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering the CR-V is a turbocharged 1.5 liter four-cylinder that goes through a CVT automatic. Now fuel economy is 27 around town and then 32 on the highway, with power outputs being 190 horsepower and then 179 pound-feet of torque. Now powering the RAV4 is a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter four-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 25 around town and then 33 on the highway, with power outputs being 203 horsepower and then 184 pound-feet of torque. Now before we go over the front ends, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now a quick disclaimer, although these are competitors in terms of the vehicles, the packages on these two cars are a little bit different. This is an EXL CR-V versus this RAV4 being a limited. So this is not your top of the line CR-V, and then this is more of the top line RAV4. So again, not a perfect comparison, but let's dive into things anyways. Now when it comes to stylistic cues on the CR-V, you guys can see here with the hood, notice how it's flat down the center. I think that looks really cool. And then look at the headlights here. They're really sharp with the design. Notice how that trim continues into the front. You can see with the Honda logo there in the center. And then look at the trim here at the bottom, also darker as well. So altogether, I think that looks really cool. And then if we pop over to the RAV4, you guys can see here with the design on the hood, it's kind of got more of like a raised type design. And then look at the lights, quite a bit larger. And then you guys can see here with the grille, notice the Toyota logo. And then we do have fog lights here on this, and then you can see with the parking sensors. Now when it comes to the tire and wheel setup, this particular CR-V has a tire and wheel setup of 235/60/18 in the front and in the rear. Whereas with the RAV4 here, you guys can see the tire and wheel setup is 235/55/19 in the front and over in the rear. Now I noticed that both of them actually have unpainted fender flares, so it seems like there's a similarity with the design cues there. And then you guys can see here with the RAV4, notice the trim there at the bottom. And then with the CR-V, you guys can also see the trim there at the bottom. So lots of similarities there. And then also look at the mirrors. Notice how they're both white at the top and then black at the bottom. It's kind of like they're almost like copying each other's homework in a sense. And then yeah, look at the body line here on the side of both of them. That's also pretty similar. And then here's your full side view with the CR-V. And then here's your full side view with the RAV4. Now when it comes to key fobs, you guys can see that with the Honda, you've got all of your regular lock and unlock functions, as well as opening for the hatch and remote start on the key fob. Now the RAV4 also does have remote start, but it's built into the lock function. So I see that this is a little bit more user friendly. And then here's the back design. I feel like the backs of them look just as nice to each other, but I will say the front end of the Honda key fob, I think that looks a little bit more upscale. Now here is the storage area for the RAV4. You guys can see we've got the cargo cover built in from the factory. This one has the JBL sound system here and tons of storage. That's one of the big benefits of crossovers in this segment. Also got the spare tire underneath as well. And then popping over to the CR-V, you guys can see here with the storage space. And again, notice with the CR-V there, I like this covering. I think that helps out quite a bit in terms of keeping things clean. And then the spare tire underneath. I will say the loading floor is like lower here on the CR-V, so I think that kind of adds to the practicality. Well, at this point, you guys can probably tell it's raining quite a bit, so there's the back ends. Let's pop inside. So here is the legroom in the back of the RAV4, and you guys can see we actually don't have a storage pocket here, but we do on the other side, which is pretty cool. And then I want to quickly look at the door panel itself. I think this is really cool with the handle you actually close the door with. It's like just really sturdy looking. It's pretty cool. We actually do have heated seats here in the back of the RAV4. You got your little window control, and then look at the padding here on the door panel and then up above as well. I think that's really nice. And then you guys can see this trim that kind of extends across. And then look at these seats. You can see they're perforated all down the center portion. And then you guys will notice that we also have the little cup holder armrest here in the back as well. So I'd say a really comfortable cabin area. And then if you guys are wondering, yes, I am extremely wet because it's raining a bunch, but headroom back here is pretty dang solid. Now in the back of the CR-V, you guys can see legroom pretty similar. No storage pocket here, and then also no storage pocket on the driver's side. So it's interesting, neither of them have storage pockets on the driver's sides. Anyways, you got some vents here in the center with the CR-V, and then you guys can see down below. And then look at this. I really like this on the door panel. I think that's very nice with like the blacked out trim, and you got your window control here, and then some padding down below as well. And then again, even though this is, you know, again, more of like a middle of the line package for the CR-V, really nice material use with these seats. You can see they're perforated all down the center portion, so I think that's fantastic. And then if you're wondering, headroom back here is great. Well, we're back here in the RAV4, as you can see with the cool startup animation there. We're actually gonna start with the door panel yet again. So notice here we've got the memory seat function, got all of our window controls here, we've got our mirror adjustments as well, and then look at the trim here on the door panel. And it's got kind of like the cowhide texture to it, so I think that's pretty neat overall. And then down here, you guys can see we've got controls like the heated steering wheel, for example, the camera system, opening up the hatch, and then we got a little storage space in here. And then look at the padding right there. And then here is the steering wheel itself. You can see really nice trim all around. This does come with stuff like adaptive cruise control. You've got your lane keep assist as well, which is another nice feature. Controls for center tach, volume controls, voice command controls on top of that. And of course, we got our turn signal light stock, windshield wiper stock. And then here's the gauge cluster. So full digital gauge cluster here in the center with the new RAV4. I like the overall design, and then just like other modern cars, you can basically use this to scroll through different bits of info on the car itself. So you can see different things, pretty straightforward. And then we do have some different drive modes we can go into. So right now we're in normal mode. We can pop into eco mode, and it gives us this cool animation where the RAV4 kind of like drives on through, which I think is pretty exciting. And then we've got our normal, and then we have our sport mode as well. And then there's also off-road modes. So we have like a mud sand mode, and then we have a rock mode as well. And so all of them kind of have, again, the cool animation that goes on by. Now, since this is still in demo mode, I have to quickly go through here. So with the infotainment system, you guys can see we've got this like shortcut bar here on the side, which I think responds very well. And then we do have a 360 camera with this one. Notice we got trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and resolution on it's pretty dang solid. I like how you have the volume control there on the side of the infotainment screen as well. And you can see here with the trim that continues there, and then we got a little storage pocket. And then we've got our analog controls here for the climate system, dual zone climate. And then you can see stability control, and then we have heated and cooled seats. And then down below we've got a little USB, and notice wireless phone charging pad. Shifter for that 8-speed automatic. We've got our parking brake here with our auto hold, and then your drive mode select. Notice we've got a snow mode too that I can go over. But this is the coolest part about this. Like, notice when I put in like sport mode, kind of like changes the coloration, and then especially with the off-road modes, also changes the coloration. I think that's pretty fun. I got some cup holders, and look at the storage space there. Nice trim here on top, and then pretty normal glove box. This one does have a sunroof here to the top, and then we'll actually both of them have the window stickers in them, so we'll quickly go over those. So this RAV4, like I said, is a limited, so this isn't a perfect comparison, but here's the standard equipment on this limited. Now, the base price on this limited is the price on that CR-V with all of its options. So that just shows you the again, price difference between these two particular ones. But you can see all the options, and then this total MSRP on this one, $42,033. Let's go hop in the CR-V. And now it's CR-V time. Ooh. So again, just like the back, you got like the fancy trim here on the door panel, and then nice padding where you can rest your arm. And then I do like the finish on the window controls right there. Got your mirror adjustment, memory seats. You can see with the stability control, and then that's to open up the hatch. And then I love the vents in the CR-V. They just have such a fancy appearance to them. And the clicking sounds cool. Anyways, here's the steering wheel with the CR-V. You can tell with the RAV4, they've gone for more utilitarian design, whereas this is more kind of like luxury with the design. Notice we do have adaptive cruise control, steering assist, volume controls, all that normal stuff. Still have the stocks here on the back. And then look at the gauge cluster here with the new CR-V. We've got the drive mode change, so got the 3 different drive modes we can go into. And there is also like a sport mode. You basically pop it into that S mode right there, and that'll be the sport mode for the CR-V. And then you guys can see here, we can also scroll through different bits of info on the car, just like the RAV4. And then here's the camera system. So this one just has a regular backup camera with it. See all the different viewpoints there. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, response time with the screen is really solid. And I like how you've got an analog volume control, and then also the radio as well. I will say, this is just kind of like my personal opinion. I like the look of like the screen itself more than the Toyota screen, but they both respond just as well as each other. And then we have what I always call the Honda Mega Vent. Goes all the way across. And then we've got our dual zone climate controls, heated seats here for the front. And you guys can see here with the USB port action, wireless phone charging pad. And then here's the shifter Then drive mode select, you got your auto stop, start, hill descent control, parking brake, brake hold, and then a couple cup holders. Surprising like how similar the equipment is, even though this is technically a lower down package compared to the RAV4. And then you can see the mirror up the top, and then sunroof. And then the only thing that this doesn't have, honestly, that the RAV4 has is that air conditioned seats. This has like everything, and 360 camera. So just those two things. But anyways, oh, and there's glove box. I guess I didn't show it. Here's the window sticker on this CRV. So you guys can see the base MSRP 35,000, total MSRP 37,510. Now, both of these vehicles happen to be pre-sold, so there is not going to be a driving comparison in today's video, but I have driven both of these quite extensively, so I'm pretty familiar with how they drive. And when it comes to driving dynamics, they're actually very similar to each other. I know that might upset some Honda people and some Toyota people, but they both drive really well. The biggest difference actually comes down to the powertrains. Turbocharged engine with a CVT versus a naturally aspirated engine with a torque converter automatic. I will say the turbocharged engine does do really well at higher elevation, right? Because you're not going to get as much power loss. But because this has a regular torque converter automatic, that helps out with the transitions, right? Because the CVTs are always going to be a little bit slower to transition, whereas the torque converter automatic is a little bit smoother, a little bit quicker. And so it actually makes it so these vehicles accelerate at a very similar pace here at higher elevation. And so I think it's just going to come down to which vehicle you like the style of more on the exterior, whether it is the CRV or the RAV4, and then also the interior style, and then, you know, features for the money as well. So let me know if you would go CRV or RAV4. And again, like I said, it would be a better comparison if I had like a sport touring with the CRV, but supply is still really tight with both of these manufacturers because, well, people are buying these like crazy because they're great vehicles. So if I can put that comparison together in the future, I will. But anyways, I'll see ya.